I've always considered myself to be a tomboy, but I didn't know the definition of the word. I've gone off of what my parents told me, a girl who acts like a boy. Who here can be considered or call themselves a tomboy? Not that I can see any hands because it's really bright. Okay, I'm assuming there's hands. Now, the exact definition of a tomboy is a girl who enjoys rough, noisy activities traditionally associated with boys. Hopefully it's not just me, but I find that a bit of an odd definition. Now, for some reason, when people categorize a girl as a tomboy, it somehow means that they're less of a girl. But as I grew up, I started to enjoy styling my hair, doing my nails, and somewhat dressing to impress, even if it's just a hoodie. But I never lost interest in my quote-unquote boy style or activities. In fact, I might have taken on some more over the years. I've always been sporty. I started with ballet, like any normal little girl would, because of her grandmother. Then I moved to soccer, then gymnastics, then back to soccer, then back to gymnastics. The point is, I'm a tad bipolar. We're working on it. I never really loved doing any of those sports, though. I always did them as a way to pass time. Until maybe 4 years ago, I found the one that I love. The odd one, I might add, but the one nonetheless. Kickboxing. I know, weird and can be considered dangerous and just a tad scary to some, but who would have thought the act of punching and kicking someone else that isn't me or my friends was actually fun? There is one thing, however, that I've noticed about being a female kickboxer, and that is it takes more to have people actually believe in the fact that I can fight and I don't just slap people. I've heard that I'm too small, or I look too girly, or that my hands are just too nice, and that last one I just constantly find creepy. But the most common response I get is, really? There's no way a small little girl like you can have that much power that is able to knock someone out. Now what I want to say, but apparently it's bad, is, no, I can't, just stand still. But apparently that comes off as a tad aggressive. I don't see how. I refuse to allow those naysayers, or the people to get under my skin. I never allowed the people who thought I wasn't strong enough to keep me from taking down my opponent in that very big ring. My sport is not the only thing boyish about me. I love to do other boy activities. In fact, they're a lot of fun. For example, I'm what my friends will call the nerd. All caps, no arguments. I've watched almost every single superhero movie that's come out. I have a row of comic books in my room, and I can go a full-on nerd rant on why Marvel is better than DC. I'm sorry. But I can also give you small little details about Stan Lee's life and achievements. Not only that, but I had a little nerd attack inside when Jim Zub shook my hand. In the past, being a nerd has always been associated with guys. But lately, women have been dressing up in cosplay and rocking it, I might add. It's no longer just guys in colorful, tights running around trying to be Zelda. Let's just thank whoever stopped that trend. There are also female superheroes movies coming out. They're not just supporting roles, they're coming out as leaders. Finally, women have burst out into the nerdy world, and they've been accepted. Not by all, but as ladies are patient. I'm sure that there are probably some of you wondering what this talk is about, and I'm going to tell you right now. This talk is about confidence and comfortability in oneself. It can be easier said than done, I understand, but think about it. How would you feel if a group of people didn't believe you could do something or be something only based on your gender or how you look? Would you let it stop you? Would you just stop and drop that dream and continue to wonder what you're missing out on? Would you always constantly live in the fear of rejection of others? No. I choose the second option. That option is where you would walk past that group of people or that person and show them that mama ain't raised no baby. I know, not the right word in that term, but we're keeping it PG. Learning to be comfortable with yourself in your own skin is hard nowadays. Everybody has to fit in this preconceived box. But if you want to be a tomboy, then be the best tomboy you can be. If you want to be a girly girl, wear your glitter proudly. But what happens if you want to be both? Why can't you be a mixture? A hot little salad, if you would. And why are we afraid to be that hot little spicy salad? It's a funny word, comfortable. My personal comfortable is sitting on the sofa with track pants, probably one of my brother's sweatshirts, my weight in food, and a movie. It's probably something by Marvel. I never thought being comfortable could mean being comfortable in one's skin. It never occurred to me. I was raised to always love myself and who I am. But lately I've realized that that's not the case for everyone. Women and men and everything in between are constantly trying to find ways to be comfortable with themselves. Building one's confidence is not an easy thing. You need to believe that no matter how weird you are, how boyish you are, how girly you are, or overall how different you are, it just means you are who you are meant to be. You don't need to change because somebody, somewhere, at some random time told you to, even if that person is the almighty attractive Thor. You need to be the person you want to be, the person you're comfortable with, because you're the person who's living with yourself and looking at yourself in the mirror for the next 80 years. And there's no point in nitpicking everything you don't like about yourself, because personally that just sounds like a lot of effort and work. But wise words were once said in one of my favorite movies, The Help. A phrase to live by, if you would. I am smart, I am beautiful, and I am important. Thank you.